Hello everyone, today I'll read you a book about India. Where is it? India is the country in Asia that is mainly a peninsula. Along the northern edge of India are the countries of Pakistan, China, Nepal, and Bhutan. To the east are Bangladesh and Myanmar. Just south of India is the island of Sri Lanka. To the southward of India is the Arabian Sea. To the southern is the Bay of Bengal. India also includes some groups of islands. The capital of India is New Delhi, which is part of the larger city of Delhi. The two areas are very different. Delhi is a very old city, but New Delhi was built in the 1920,000 and 1930,000. Delhi is a complex maze of small streets crowded with small shops, while New Delhi has wide streets and modern shopping centers. More than 20 million people live in Delhi, and New Delhi don't combine. More than 1 billion people live in India. Only China has more people. Most Indian people live in the countryside. Even though India does have some large cities, most homes in the rural areas don't have running water, so people must go to a well and bring home water every day. About half of the people in rural areas don't have running water, so people must go to a well and bring home water every day. About half of the people in rural areas don't have electricity either. Half of the people in India make their living growing crops. Many cranes they also raise cattle, water buffalo, and other small animals. However, most Indian people do not raise cattle to eat because many religions in India, including Hinduism, believe cows are sacred. They use cattle for plowing their fields and for transportation, and they raise sheep, goats, and chickens for meat. Most Indian cities are extremely crowded. Many people live in apartment buildings along very narrow streets. Because India has such a large population, it has been hard for the country's electricity supply to keep up with the demand. In some Indian cities, it's very common for the power to go out. The center of Hindi language filmmaking is Mumbai, was known as Bombay due to the British inability to pronounce Mumbai. Per year, Mumbai released more than 1,000 movies per year. That is called Bollywood, locally and globally. The Bollywood audience is global as well. Land. The Himalayas from India's northern border. They are the highest mountains in the world and cut off India from the rest of Asia. This is why India is sometimes called a subcontinent. A low-lying plain stretches across northern India. This rich land was formed long ago as rivers flooded and left soil behind. The Thar Desert is in western India. The Ganges and Indus rivers lie in the northern plains of India. For Hindus, the Ganges is the sacred river. Hindus from all over India travel to the river to enter its waters. South of the Indus and Ganges rivers lies waste land that takes up more than half of India and includes low hills as well as the coast. In May or June every year, rain-bearing winds blow north What from the Indian Oceania, bringing the monsoon season. During this time, rain falls almost every day in the afternoon. Most of India's rain falls during this hot wet season. Celebration. People in India celebrate many special days. Diwali is a festival that lasts for 5 days. During this time, people across religions light small candles. They shoot firecrackers and give sweets and other gifts to friends and family. Holi is a spring Hindu celebration known as the Festival of Colors. Today, people of all religions celebrate Holi to mark the end of winter. They throw colored water and powder such as one called kumkum on each other. Children use water guns filled with color water to spray colors on their friends. People also sing, dance, and enjoy special foods and drinks. History. India's civilization is very old. About 2,300 years ago, people living in the land now known as India, had been mostly united under one ruler. About 1,300 years ago, Muslims set up a kingdom with Delhi at its center. Muslim rule lasted until the 60,000 Europeans had land in India as early as 1498. That's when Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama sailed to India. By 1858, Great Britain had taken control of the country. In the 1920s, a lawyer named Mohandas Gandhi joined the movement to resist British rule. He asked them to protest British rule in non-violent or peaceful ways. By 1947, India was free. Since gaining independence, India has faced many obstacles but continues to grow. India has elected its first woman Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi, in 1966. 41 years later, in 2007, it elected its first woman president. Animals. India wildlife includes many exciting species. India is the only country in the world with both lions and tigers. It is also the home of two kinds of leopards. The snow leopard of the Himalayas is very rare. One of India's most famous reptiles is the cobra. The Indian cobra hunts small animals such as rats and mice. It has been known to bite humans because its prey often lives in towns and villages. The Indian elephant is very strong. People once used to lift logs in India's forests and to carry crops and people. Some people still use the elephant to help them with their work.